And for more on this development, lawyer and public relations expert Jide Ologun joins me on the news this hour. Good to have you join us on the news at 1.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Mr. Ologun, you are a legal practitioner. Let's start with your assessment of the process of impeachment and if the activities leading up to this impeachment was actually constitutional.
If you look at Section 188 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended, there are provisions there for the procedures to follow in impeaching either the governor or the deputy governor. And then by and large, we've had activities that reflect following these procedures, subject to court interpretations if the party is not so pleased. But so far, so good. In the Federal Republic of Nigeria, since we returned to democracy in 1999, Shaibu is the 17th impeached deputy governor. And it's good to also ask the question, who is the deputy governor? The deputy governor is a gubernatorial official who is subordinated to a governor, even though in human resource management, we talk about colleagues, not subordinate. But then, you know what it means? Because he is there to replace the governor in case the governor is incapacitated in acting in that capacity. So he is not like a lieutenant governor, so to say. So he is expected to assist and support the governor. And in the political realm, we have noticed that it's not been smooth between these two personalities who came together to canvass for votes, because it's the same election that brought in the governor, that brought in the deputy governor. The deputy governor was not elected independently. And like I mentioned earlier, one of his key duties is to assist the governor to succeed. So that means they are expected to be on the same page. But now his the rivalry between them has ended here. And that is why I mentioned it's not the first deputy governor to be impeached from office.
Well,
For those who are interested,
these two personalities were actually, working hand in hand leading up to the 2020 election. And of course, the impeached deputy has come out to say that the feud started when he decided to contest for the governorship election. But then what options are available to the deputy governor, the impeached deputy governor afterwards? Because he has claimed before now that the House acted in violation of an ongoing process at the Federal High Court in Abuja.
Yes, I know there is a court action going on. And, let's also clarify the fact that the deputy governor who has been impeached did not show up as expected before the panel. The lawyer was there initially, but he also excused himself on the basis of the matter in court. But he was given the opportunity of a fair hearing at the panel level. And to what extent the court may be
much later. Well, coming up on TVC News at 1. Former governor of CBN, Godwin Emefiele, arraigned on fresh charges to be remanded in EFCC custody. Stay with us.
Every morning is an opportunity to take your hustle to the next level. Every morning is one day closer to your ambition. So, make every morning count. Cup after cup, morning after morning. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there. At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
Thank you for staying with us on TVC News at 1. A reminder of our top stories. The federal government declares Thursday as additional public holiday to celebrate its El Kabir. Yobe State government convenes heads of security agencies meeting ahead of Salah celebrations. And outside Nigeria, international court rules Switzerland violated human rights in landmark climate case brought by 2,000 women. And in sport, revenge-seeking Real Madrid faces defending champions Manchester City as Arsenal face Bayern Munich roadblock in the UEFA Champions League. Thank you for staying with us on the news at 1. Right before the break, we had a lawyer and a public relations expert, Jide Ologun, speaking to us about the political situation in Edo State. So just right before the break, I was asking what will these results have on the legality of processes adopted by the Edo State House, looking at several concerns about the House being used to settle a personal rift.
You know, basically, like I said, going by the provisions in Section 188, the House of Assembly also put the impeachment to vote. And the required vote to impeach him was end. And the impeachment also followed the adoption of the report of the 7-man investigative panel set up by the State Chief Judge to probe allegations of misconduct against Shaibu. So as it is right now, in this matter, we go to court if Shaibu decides to, sustain judicial intervention. And because so far so good, he has been replaced by a 38-year-old Omobayo Godwins. So there's a new deputy governor in place already in Edo State. And for those who speculate in the political arena, and some are saying that Shaibu may have to move to another party to achieve his ambition of becoming the governor of Edo State. But what is critical here, particularly as it relates to governance, is the fact that these two personalities were expected to work together in synergy to advance the fortunes of the nation, of the state within the nation. And of course, politically speaking, the governor still has an upper hand over the deputy governor. And that is what is playing out now. And that is why I also underscored the fact that he is the 17th deputy governor to be impeached since Nigeria returned to democracy in 1999. If you want to go and study the case of Femi Pedro of Lagos State, then Koforola Bokno, same Akrele in Lagos State. We'll talk about Biodun Olujimi in Ekiti State, Garba Gadi in Bauchi State, and many others like that, even Iyola Omishore of Osun State. So some deputy governors have had a taste of impeachment before now. Some of them for being ambitious and, basically for not being able to be on the same page with the governor, considered politically as the principal in this situation. So the long-term misunderstanding between the governor and the deputy governor in Edo State has now come to the point of having the deputy governor impeached. But he has the opportunity, having not escaped the final verdict of the panel, to go to the Court of Competent Jurisdiction and let us know.
All right, Mr. Ologun, we're just going to expect the next move of the impeached deputy governor. I'm sure we'll have a lot more time to discuss on this. Development lawyer and public relations officer Jide Ologun speaking to us on the political situation in Edo State. Mr. Ologun, thank you for joining us on the News at 1.
Thank you. Happy holiday and God bless Nigeria.